What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So we got some very, very unfortunate news, bad news, man. As welterweight Japanese superstar in Japan, title contender Jin Sasaki, who is now 19 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 17 wins by way of knockout. Jin Sasaki, this past Thursday, was brutally knocked out by undefeated WBO welterweight world champion, star coming into being a superstar boxer, Brian Norman Jr., who is now 28 wins, no losses, no draw, 22 wins by way of knockout. Brian Norman dropped Jin Sasaki twice in Japan in the first round and then absolutely obliterated him brutally in the 5th round. And Jin Sasaki had no movement. Scary knockout in the sport of boxing. You don't play boxing. We always know this, right? You don't play boxing. He brutally knocked out Jin Sasaki, right? And Jin Sasaki was laid out. I'm talking arms spread out, just laid out, absolutely just laid out. And he had to be carried out on a stretcher. Well, now we got an update that Jin Sasaki is recovering, but has no memory. His head bounced off the canvas. Jin Sasaki has no memory, people. So they're saying that Jin Sasaki has no memory, didn't even know he was in a boxing match, can't remember anything. They said that he doesn't even remember anything recent or in the past, the last month. Yeah, it's complete memory loss. You don't play the sport of boxing. This is why when fighters state that they want a certain number to get in the ring, I never push back. I never argue. Now, I'll go off of statistics and say your numbers just hasn't reflected that, right? As far as what the past has produced, as far as the numbers, to tell us what your value is. But as far as what you believe your worth is, can't nobody tell a fighter that, man. Your life is priceless. So when people say stuff like Brian Norman outpriced himself to fight Jerron Boots Ennis, the phenom as I refer to him as, and I said, and I pushed back and I said, why? It's his first title defense. He's 23 years old, and he would have to go to Jerron Boots Ennis' backyard in Philadelphia, and it's a unification bout, right? How could he outprice himself when you need me more than I need you? Because this makes you more, what's a bigger fight? Him having a rematch Karen Chugashian or him fighting Brian Norman in the unification? Well, fighting Brian Norman in unification is a bigger fight. Just is, right? So, with that said, I stated that I didn't think that I thought that Jerron Ennis should make the sacrifice to make that fight happen. And he didn't. But here's the thing. He made the sacrifice to fight Amanda Stanionis, so he had to do it regardless. He didn't do it in Brian Norman's fight, so he fought Karen Chugashian, right? And he got paid for it in his backyard, but then you still had to make the sacrifice for a unification bout. Now think about this, right? He could have made the sacrifice for Brian Norman. If he would have beat Brian Norman, he would have had the belt instead of fighting Karen. And then you fight you get bigger money because now you're the unified WBO, IBF, Ring Magazine champion. Now you fight Amanda Stanionis for 3 belts in the ring. You get even bigger money, right? And you just, it's more accomplishments, right? So you'd have unified the belts and had 3 belts before you moved to 54 at least. But nonetheless, he's satisfied with his accomplishment. But my point in stating this is that Jaron Ennis is a dangerous fighter, right? 34 wins, no loss, no draw, 30 wins by way of knockout, right? Big, strong, athletic. Fight him in his backyard in Philadelphia. It's a risk. It's a sacrifice. So we can't say Brian Norman, and you're risking your life in the ring, right? You're risking your life in the ring. On top of that, you're risking your life, literally, as we see with Jin Sasaki right now, who has no memory. Take that into consideration. Jin Sasaki is like 23, 24 himself and has no memory. Doesn't even know he was in a boxing match. Woo. Bad accident. Doesn't even know he was in a boxing match, people. Take that into consideration. So prayers up to Jin Sasaki and his family and everybody in and around his circle, his team, so on and so forth. Again, you don't play boxing, man. You just simply do not play boxing. So hopefully, man, this dude has a full recovery, gets his memory back, because he's a young man. Only 20, I think he's 23 or 24 years old. He's a young man. So hopefully he makes a full recovery, gets his memory back. He don't need to remember that fight. The only thing he needs to remember about the fight is that maybe he shouldn't fight no more. But he don't need to be refreshed on what took place in the fight, because he got dominated the entire fight anyway. So maybe only thing he needs to know about that fight is that, hey, maybe you shouldn't be fighting no more, period. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm excited to see what's next for Brian Norman, who had three dominant knockout highlight reel performances in his last 3 fights, man. So I'm excited to see what's next for Brian Norman Jr., man. But drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. It's your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace.